Back. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. That's Derek. I'm Rob. We're Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network on this Friday. All right, Gunnar, let's look at the Patriots. Did you see this story, by the way? Excuse me. Bill Belichick and his longtime girlfriend have broken up. And there's
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Let Bill live his private life, man.
Oh, listen, I bring it up for a specific reason. I don't care about it. Whatever. I mean, do your thing. First of all, he was out kicking his coverage, but good for him. But there's concern that she has a lot of secrets. And if this thing gets ugly, she may spill the beans on some stuff that she knows. And we know Hoodie's a little shady, you know.
Do we really know he's shady?
Really? Hello, Spygate? No.
Has it ever been confirmed?
Yeah, because Roger Goodell burned the tapes. No, it hasn't been confirmed. Working at, a conspiracy in conjunction with him. But I'm just saying that's out there. Let's just leave it at that. All right. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening there with her.
Wow.
Yeah, correct.
Let that man live his life, man. Bill ain't bothering anybody. Why we got to dip in Bill's personal business? Come on, man.
Because if all of a sudden she starts saying, you know what? They cheated here, they cheated there, they did this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. All right.
Man, can you imagine if she starts spilling personal stuff about Bill, man? Oh. That's why. Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. If I was single, I'd stay out the streets, man. I wouldn't be out. Hey, man, there's too much treachery out there these days, dude.
Yeah.
Especially with social media.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't know who you're dealing with nowadays, man.
It's dangerous in these streets, D-Gun. Yep.
Huh?
It's dangerous in these streets.
Yeah, man. If I was a single, ain't no way in the world I'd be running out of these streets, man. Because everybody's pointing cameras at everybody. Everybody's in everybody's business.
Yeah,
you don't need that, man. You don't need to know what I'm doing.
It's a different world now. That's for sure. So keep that in mind. Maybe that affects his coaching. Who knows? All right, let's go to their strengths here. All right, their strengths are defensively. What happened?
This rebel D-Gun ain't made for the street. No. D-Gun made D-Gun private. D-Gun like to do what D-Gun like to do. You don't need to know my business. You know what I'm saying?
All right. They were eighth in defensive scoring. They gave up 20.4 per game. They were good there last year.
Right.
They recorded 55 sacks, which is the third most in the NFL. They were sixth against the run. Not great against the pass, which we'll get to in a minute. They were not great against the pass. Matthew Judon, 15.5 sacks. Josh Uche, 11.5 sacks. Ramondre Stevens, I don't think this guy gets the love. Over 1,000 yards, over 5 yards per carry as well. So there are positives there for sure.
Yeah, and I expect this to be a very methodical offense. Now that you have Zeke back there running with Stevenson, Belichick's going to want to control the clock. Now, with Bill O'Brien back there, I can't wait to see what kind of passing game he implements. I could see play action from Bill O'Brien, rolling Mac Jones out of the pocket, dumping off to the tight end, dumping off to a receiver in the flats, quick crossing routes, stuff like that. Swing pass to the backside of the backfield. Tell the quarterback, get the ball out of your hands as quick as possible. See it and be it as quick as possible. When you look at them defensively, for a number of years, you had, Judon in the middle, and then you had Devin McCourty on the back end, which is really 1-2 significant brain trust. Well, now McCourty's retired. So how are they going to fill that void on the back end? Not just in terms of athleticism and veteran presence, but in terms of communications also. That's huge. Who picks up that slack? Because McCourty was very good at that.
He was, and such a cerebral player too. Man.
Yes.
He was smart.
So who picks up that slack for them? You still have Judon, and Judon is one of the best linebackers in the game. Mm-hmm. No question about that.
Yeah.
But what kind of talent do they have surrounding them now?
It's a good question. It's a good question. And look, they have a lot of questions. Does this Patriots team? I mean, as I mentioned, they were 16th against the pass. They were 17th in points per game scored offensively. middle of the road, 20th in the passing game, only 208 yards per game.
Yep.
Mac Jones, I think Belichick did a lot to sort of set him back last year. The question is, how much has Bill O'Brien, torn it down to the studs and build that thing back up with him to get him where he was?
Yes.
And according to Tom Curran, who we had on yesterday, apparently, O'Brien's done a nice job getting him sort of back on his feet. But again, we'll see. And I keep saying this, he's got okay weapons, but not great weapons.
No, there's no weapon wide receiver wise in that arsenal where you think, oh man, that dude could be a problem. I mean, they've got a number of teams they're going to face where wide receivers are a problem. When you start talking about Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, on that Garrett Wilson, on down the list, you got a number, of receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. You got some receivers that you're going to have to be on your P's and Q's. But Juju Smith-Schuster is a nice receiver. He's a better possession receiver than he is a deep threat.
Yeah, he's very solid.
He's a really good route runner, but you can contain that. Eagles have two corners that can contain that as well.
Right.
But in terms of just worrying about somebody going over the top on you, there's no Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle on this roster, on Patriots roster.
True. Very, very true.
So that's why I said this is the perfect matchup for the Eagles coming out of the gate. To find out what we have, what we still need to improve on. Because on the offensive side, they don't have a quarterback that strikes fear into you. They don't have wide receivers that strike fear into you. And possibly 3/5 of their starting offensive line could be out for this game.
It's a huge deal. And definitely Reef. And if the other two play, they're not 100%. So as I said to you earlier, my key for this thing is for the Eagles is the defensive line. The Eagles defense needs to go up in a big way. And the pass rush, you need to be all over Mac Jones and force him into some mistakes.
They need to hunt. They need to hunt.
Yeah. And I respect Bill O'Brien and what he did. He was a very good offensive coordinator with the Patriots, did a good job at Penn State, did a good job, the first bunch of years in Houston until he got all the power. And then went sideways. And then he went down to Alabama and did a great job. So he's a very well-respected offensive mind. Make no mistake. It's a huge upgrade from Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. It's night and day.
Oh, my goodness.
Close.
And that was a direct correlation why Mac Jones struggled the way his numbers dipped off the way they did compared to when 2 years ago when he was a rookie.
Yep.
And now he's got somebody that can see it for him and help him visualize it a lot better. Again, all you hear coming out of Patriots camp all summer long is how different Mac Jones looks. Even Belichick, glowing reviews of Mac Jones. You never hear Belichick say that.
No,
just rave reviews.
Don't you think? I think part of that is he knows he screwed up. He'll never say it. He knows he screwed up. What he did there. But just to your point, let's go rookie year compared to last year. Okay.
Yes.
He played all 17 his rookie year. He missed 3 games last year, so that you take that into account with a little bit of this. But completed 352 passes for 67.6% rookie year. Last year, completed just 288. He dipped to 65%. So that went down. Passing yards went from 3,800 to 2,900. Almost 3,000. I mean, his passing yards were down pretty significantly. Yards per completion, 7.3 to 6.8. Touchdowns, 22 to 14. Interceptions, he had 13 his first year, 11 last year.
Right.
Passer rating, 92.5 rookie year, 84.8 last year. QB rating, 56.9 rookie year, 38.4 last year. It pretty significant drops there across the board. And you don't usually see that. Usually the second year, everything's naturally going to go up from your rookie year. He had a pretty decent rookie year.
Yeah, he did. And he set a rookie record for quarterbacks for passing attempts without an interception as well. That's unheard of for a rookie quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks always see ghosts and make mistakes, but he didn't make that mistake. And I believe he had 26 touchdowns and how many interceptions his rookie year?
22 and 13.
22-13.
22-13. Yep.
Not bad numbers for a rookie.
No, it's pretty good numbers. And again, he didn't have great weapons, I would say. So you look at their schedule here, Derek, this year. So it's the Eagles. I mean, they're starting off with the defending NFC champions. Then at home. Then they get Miami at home. That's a very tough game. That's Sunday night. Then they go to the Jets with Aaron Rodgers next week. Then they go to Dallas.
Jeez.
Then they have New Orleans at home.
Jeez.
Then to the Raiders. Then Buffalo at home. Then to Miami. Their first 8 games are really hard.
Dude, they don't have a breather and until the back-to-back weeks, week 9 and 10, Washington and Indy.
Yep.
Those two games can go either way.
And then after that, you pick it up at the Giants.
Oh, geez.
Home for the Chargers. Home for the Steelers. Home for the Chiefs. At the Broncos. At the Bills.
Dude.
Home for the Jets. And that is a really hard schedule they have.
I'm going to say that schedule's tougher than the Eagles' schedule.
They're under 500. I'm going to tell you right now, that's an 8-9 team.
Who? Patriots?
Yeah.
You see 8 wins on this schedule?
No, I'm saying they're maxing at 8. They might be 6-7 wins.
Yes.
They're not getting over 500.
So you have to come out of the game playing Jalen Hurts, the MVP runner-up, then Tua, then Rodgers, then Dak, then Derek Carr, Garoppolo, Josh Allen, Tua again. Then you get a rookie. You get 2 rookie quarterbacks in Washington and Indy. Then you got Daniel Jones. Then you get Justin Herbert. Then you get
no joke,
Kenny Pickett. Then you get Mahomes, Russell, Josh Allen again, and Rodgers. Are you kidding me?
Doesn't that feel like a more challenging schedule than a team that didn't make the playoffs last year?
Yes.
It feels like
that feels like tougher than the Eagles schedule, dude.
It's close. It is. It's really close. That feels like a deep playoff run type team schedule.
Wow. That my goodness. Yeah. We said it this summer. I'll stand by it again. I see the Patriots finishing at the bottom of the barrel in that division. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I don't see them if Rodgers stays healthy and Tua, big if with Tua. But if Tua stays healthy and Rodgers, they're a fourth place team. That's 100% a fourth place team. With Buffalo, who knows they have to have a big year this year, no chance. No chance.
Buffalo's on notice. Miami's on notice.
The Jets are on notice too, Derek. I mean, with all the hype train that's been going on here, all 3 of them are.
Dude, this could be the swan song for Belichick. If everything that we're hearing about potential tension between Belichick and Kraft, and they bring in somebody who can settle down their so-called franchise quarterback, if that doesn't work, this could be the swan song in New England for Belichick.
I wonder, like, does he not just pull a Brady and sort of get out on his own? Because he goes somewhere else, he could still break Shula's record. I mean, easily.
Oh, absolutely.
But you read the tea leaves here, and you look at teams that you feel like give you the best chance. Like, I know what you were saying with Arizona earlier, because they're probably gonna have the first overall pick. I get that, but there may be an even better situation. Like, look at Denver with Sean Payton. Like, that's set up to be a great spot. Look at the Chargers. If Brandon Staley comes up small again, you got Herbert in place and a lot of other good players. That could be an appealing spot.
I would even say Washington for him.
Yes, and he's from the Maryland area. He grew up in like Annapolis.
Washington would be a perfect fit for him. You have an owner in Josh Harris from that area, and Bill Belichick coaching the team from that area. It'd be a perfect fit for him. That'd be a great challenge for him, because that's a team that's on the cusp. It has enough talent to win, but maybe it needs the right coach to go in there.
Or the odds are, if they don't have a good year, probably Sam Howell's not the guy. You just need to, and it's a pretty quarterback rich draft. If all these guys come out, if Caleb Williams comes out, Drake May comes out, Shedeur Sanders comes, if these guys come out, you got some heavy hitters up top. So you could fix yourself quick if you feel like you have the other parts.
And he would be coming out. He would be looking for, if he was in Washington, would be looking at a quarterback at the perfect time, because think about it. Most other teams in the league are not looking for that quarterback. They already have that quarterback. If Indy bottoms out, they already have Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
If Houston bottoms out, they have C.J. Stroud. Carolina bottoms out, they got Bryce Young.
Yep.
So any teams that could be competing for a top pick with the likes of a Washington already have future quarterbacks.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yeah, it's not going to be a feeding frenzy necessarily up top to some of these guys. I would guess from a game plan perspective, Derek, until proven otherwise, and I know that New England gets after the quarterback, but their back end I don't think is real trustworthy right now. I think the Eagles will try to attack them in the air. I do.
Well, the first place I'm going is on the right cornerback spot at Christian Gonzalez. Highly coveted first-round pick cornerback, but he's a rookie.
Yeah.
So I'm testing AJ and Devontae all day on Christian Gonzalez to see what he has and what he doesn't have.
Yeah.
You know, as good as he may be, he's still a rookie. He's still going to go through some growing pains.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where I start. And then if you attack him, I don't see anybody else in the back end that I'm really worried about. You know,
right. I mean, Jalen Mills still there, like, you know, and you love the guy, but I mean,
Jalen Mills got supplanted by a rookie.
Yeah, like you should be able to do some damage there. So I think that's the thing. The O-line holds up, and Judon and Uche are not going crazy. You should be able to do some damage in that secondary. You should. But, you know, whether it's Goddard, whether it's the wideouts, whatever. And the other thing it's going to be real, I'm really looking forward to seeing how much, especially Swift, are the running backs in the passing game this year as opposed to what we saw last couple of years.
Yes, absolutely. That's why they brought Swift in here, not just to run the ball, but to catch it out of the backfield. And it goes back to what Sirianni said earlier in the year. You know, we even shown half of our playbook. Well, if you got to the Super Bowl, you still haven't unveiled half of your playbook. What's this offense going to look like now that you have pieces like, Swift and Penny in there?
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see it. Now, you're not going to see everything in the first game, obviously, especially you got to keep some secrets hidden when you got to go up against that murderer's row, when you got to play Kansas City, Buffalo, Jets, all those teams. You know, you got to keep some hidden treasures there.
Oh, listen, I agree with you. I don't. Oh man, I'm trying to think. All right, let's go to the other side. What are you going to do defensively? To me, you stuff the run. You feed him right into the Eagles' hands if you're able to if Stevenson and Elliott don't get loose, and all of a sudden it turns into a lot of predictable passing downs, third and longs, and whatnot. With that offensive line, that's just what the doctor ordered here.
Well, if you have Mac Jones rolling out, it's a little bit more difficult because you're not getting just a direct beat on him in the pocket. What's it going to look like if he's dinking and dunking his way down the field, even if you force him to throw a lot of balls? I still have concerns about the Eagles' pass defense in the middle of the field.
Yep.
I still do.
Yeah.
I still need to see who's covering the tight ends coming out of the back off the line of scrimmage for the Eagles. That was a problem. Covering tight ends was a problem.
Yeah.
So I still need to see that. For all the positives as we believe the Eagles defense can have and present, if they get opposing teams in situations where they can pin their ears back with their four-man front rush, you still got to get to the quarterback, and Bill O'Brien type quarterback like to move, like to get rid of the ball quickly. How's that going to look in terms of this defense defending their pass?
Yeah,
I'm not worried about defending them the outside with Slay and Bradbury.
Right.
But the middle of the field, I have concerns.
I think you're right. I agree with you. And I think it's going to be a lot of quick hitters. Ball's going to be out. Three-step, boom. I don't think they want Mac Jones back there with a banged-up offensive line and this pass rush teeing off. So I would think they're going to try and utilize the tight ends. It's going to be a lot of slants, just quick hitters going, quick outs, whatever. But yeah, I mean, is the Kobe Dean up to the task of handling Gesicki or Hunter Henry or whatever? Or the safeties for that matter? Reed Blankenship on a because Gesicki can run like a receiver.
Yes, he can.
So if you're getting some of those matchups, which I'm sure he's going to be looking to get, how's your coverage going to be there with those guys?
Can't wait to see 425, baby.
Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So I would say that, and there's a reason why they're 3-13 against playoff teams.
Yeah.
I mean, they have not been good at beating the good teams. And, the Eagles come in here and we talked about how this could be an emotional game and it's Tom Brady and all that. But, again, I think that's just handle your business early, either in the first quarter or the third quarter after all the hype goes down, and you're fine. But if they start off strong in those spots, then the crowd is wild. Then it's rolling.
Yeah, that height comes into play maybe the first 2 series. After that, it's all about playing football. Bottom line, comes down to playing football, executing X's and O's. That adrenaline rush only sustains itself for the home team if you're being productive. If you're putting 7s up on the board, not 3s. If you're keeping Jalen Hurts and that offense off the field. That's the only way that adrenaline rush comes into play for the Patriots.
Well, I think the other part, Derek, is Raiders say that Josh McDaniel says he doesn't expect Chandler Jones to play this week. Well,
you think?
Yeah, I don't expect him to play for the Raiders again, personally. But
I don't either.
See. Yeah,
that's a weird situation, man.
Woof, bizarre.
And if he makes the mistake, if he doesn't play this first game and keeps his word that if he doesn't play, there's stuff he's going to reveal, he will never see a Raiders uniform again.
Well, that's the thing. You're not going to see a Raiders uniform. And if you're another team, are you dying to grab this guy up if he's revealing, like trade secrets and stuff? If it's stuff like that, that's bad news for a guy who's older now. He's an older player.
Yes. And it's paid decently as well.
Yeah.
Making decent money. You don't recoup that kind of money,
He's on like a 3-year, $51 million deal, man. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Jeez.
I don't know.
Come on, man. See, I'm always framing mind. Wait a minute. You're not playing me? Okay. From an emotional standpoint, I'm angry. From a personal standpoint, you're not paying me?
Yeah.
When do we get paid again?
Mm-hmm.
When's the first paycheck? See, that's how I think, man. Much as competitive as I am, if you're telling me that you're going in a different direction, but I'm still on that team, I'm still putting that money in my bank account. Plain and simple.
I am too, and this is all like I'm sure his career earnings are probably insane, but still, man, that's 13 million. You're just willing to shred her away.
Yep, you're never going to see again.
No, you're never going to see it again. And your career is going to be within 2-3 years anyway. Your career is going to be over. I don't understand that at all. But yeah, so they're the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. Again, I think the Eagles defensively, you ideally can stuff the run and get some 3rd and longs on Mac Jones, and then conversely on the other side of this thing, not that they're not going to run the ball, but I think they're going to really look to attack them in the air. I really do. It's going to be fun. And the thing about Nick Sirianni is he's so attention to detail. Like they're going to be really locked in on this thing. They really are. And it's
one other element, Rob. You got 2 teams that were really good at creating turnovers.
Yes.
I mean, Patriots had 30.
That's a lot.
They were tied for second best in the league in creating turnovers.
Yeah.
That's something to not overlook.
No, I agree with
you.
I agree with you.
So taking care of the football for both teams is of the utmost importance.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's come back, Derek. We'll do a little hybrid. We're going to do the best games of week 1 in the NFL. They include Bengals, Browns, 49ers, Steelers, Chargers, Dolphins, and we'll hit the NFC East. So we'll go with the best games of the week, give the folks what we think is going to happen in those games. We'll also mix in some Phillies as they start a 3-game series with the Marlins and then a 4-game series with the Braves after that. So it's a tough 1-2 punch they have coming home. We'll get into all that when we get back. Don't go anywhere. That's Derek Gunn. I'm Rob Ellis. We are Sports Take, JAKIB Sports YouTube Network. Let's talk about Pro Action Restoration. Pro Action Restoration. So you have a business, you might have a home or a property that you own, and you go through the pain and the inconvenience of water damage, whether it's in the basement or somewhere else, or flooding, something's going on with the roof. You might have a fire. You might have smoke in there from something, mold damage that you discover, and you don't really know what to do there, right? But it's pretty simple. The Pro Action Restoration are the people that you reach out to. The other great thing is they're on call 24 hours, 7 days a week. So you call them on the weekend, they're there. You call them on holiday, at night, whatever the case may be, they will be there. I can tell you that from personal experience. They got to my parents' house, cleaned up the issues. It could have been a better situation, that's for sure. They are licensed, bonded, fully insured. They've been serving the tri-state area for more than 2 decades. Pro Action will work in conjunction with your insurance company. So again, water, fire, smoke damage, mold remediation, any of the above, and then some, they will take care of it. Give them a call, 610-623-3760, 610-623-3760, or online at proactionrestoration.com. That's proactionrestoration.com.